And hello everybody. I know this is a week late on the YouTube video, but last week I was in Detroit and Chicago, and those videos are coming, but I was not able to put up a video on the road, and I really needed that time. Also kind of being still partially sick from Cinco de Mayo. Today's video is actually a recap of a developer interview I did for Savage Lands with Euryidium, who is the current person in charge of Savage Lands over at Last Bastion Studios. This is the full Twitch stream up until the point where the interview is over. And in going over Savage Lands, I used to be the lead producer of it when it was with Signal Studios. But I'm going to be doing more interviews like this, either with games I've worked on or projects I really care about, or friends studios that, you know, I really want to see their game have some exposure and be able to talk to them about it and play through it myself. So I hope you enjoy this content. And for those that are returning from the Savage Lands community over on Steam, I appreciate you guys stopping by. Make sure to drop a like, a comment, and, you know, let me know what you think of this style, because hopefully I'm going to continue to do these with Euryidium moving forward for the updates for Savage Lands. So if that's a good idea, please make sure to subscribe, hit the subscribe button down there. And for everybody else, there will be a vlog posted slightly later this week for the past 2 weeks, kind of wrapping up all that travel. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you guys soon. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, savages, young and old. I like how you question whether or not this was young or old Logan. It is obviously always the freshest, the newest. Old Logan. Old Logan. Sir, how dare you? Hello, everybody. Sean. Oh, my heart right now is so filled with joy. So happy to see you guys. Yeah, there's actually some questions I meant to ask Rubior ahead of this, but I'll figure it out on the fly because we're doing it live. Per normal, he has a small hurricane happening in his garage right now.
Are we live yet?
Yeah, I know we're totally live. This is
well-oiled machine. So I'm not new Rubior or new Euryidium. I'm old Euryidium, coming to you live from my garage.
the most savage of rakes. You can see new DLC weapons over his left shoulder there.
What do I got back there? I got my G Series Raj laptop, my Predator laptop, all the things that I use to test Savage network play, or I should say my test team of kids that help test Savage. We're pretty hooked up.
Pretty hooked up. Hello. Yeah. Hello, everybody. So the main purpose of this, just to give you context, I have not seen Savage Lands firsthand, and I'll say was it a year ago when all this went down?
It's almost a year, actually.
Almost a year, right? So it's like, yeah. For me, this feels like an anniversary of, let's see all the amazing things that have already happened in Savage Lands. And already, like, I'm just letting you know, like, the music... Like, look at these funky vibes these got going on right now.
Yeah, I got to yell at some kids for a second.
Okay, yell at some kids.
They're all... I'm just kidding, guys.
Mute yourself. Just kidding. I'm not really going to yell at children. Why would he do that? Because he's savage. That's why he would do that.
It's been too long, Logan. It's been too long.
Even though we see each other actually more often than a lot of you guys would know, but far less than I would like in my heart of hearts, because Christopher Euryidium, do you want me to use your fake name? Because I'm using my real name.
I use fake names.
Fake name. Euryidium, rare elemental man of mystery that he is. Oh, cool. There's like little things. Hey, the Twitch widget works. Cool. So this being like a year later in Savage time for me, I wanted to see. I even have the backdrop the same, that sweet Signal IKEA number. So it's oddly reminiscent, even though I'm currently at home. and I literally just got home to the point of having my shades on. I'm not trying to act like I'm blind. I can still see, I have eyes. But I want Mr. Euryidium here to walk me through his work in Savage Lands, all the awesome things that Last Bastion has done to this fantastic game and for you guys, and get a chance to actually, you know, chat with you guys and see how Savage Lands has been treated.
Hold on. Kid's going by on a big wheel.
Could
Right,
go back
good.
to Shadowstorm.
Alright.
So I did make the change, Sean, just as an FYI. As much as he could call me Shadowstorm and I could call him Euryidium and we could play make-believe, I'm actually a real human now, and yeah, I'm a real human. Chris is still a game dev, but let's walk through this. So.
All right, so why don't I just fill everybody in? So a year ago is when we did the Signal and Last Bastion Studios came to kind of an agreement of what we're going to work on, or in terms of transferring the product over from Signal over to Last Bastion. In that time frame, we got to work right away. There's a lot of things that we've done. Everything from revamping a lot of the art, you can see here, just some minor touches to like the main menu screen, touched up a lot of the colors, but really what I want to get at a high level, a big picture, is what we've done in the last years, fixed over 1,000 bugs, and I kept track of every single thing that I fixed. And those bugs ranged from everything from the AI to resetting prefabs back up again for structures, to props sticking out of, or from trees sticking out of rocks, but a lot of it is a lot of foundational stuff, such as the AI, the networking, because there were some issues prior with the old or the new. So there's two actually AIs in the game, if you remember correctly, Logan.
I do.
I actually ripped out the new one that was, which was in progress, but was also causing a lot of issues over the network. And I put the old AI back in, plus some niceties. The old AI gave us a lot of performance in return, and it gave me more flexibility in a lot of the things that I could do. Thank you, Logan. I appreciate the cat. So with that being said, a lot of stuff has been fixed. We revamped the art. We fixed a ton of bugs. Players can play co-op again. So everything that build 378 was meh. Now build 47, which is what we're on now, is sweet. So
when did you actually go back and renumber it from like 1 to 47, or when did your numbering take back?
The numbering kicked in June. The first update that we released, the first update that we released was 422, which was actually May 12th or May 15th, something like that, which actually fixed a lot of the performance issues. And it also had, it was also using the older AI again. I shouldn't say older, I should say it was using the original AI that was in the legacy version, which was more performant and was designed for this type of world, this type of atmosphere. So,
Sweet.
And
we're getting lots of follows. I appreciate it, guys, so much. One quick thing while we're doing this. Sean, since you're here, if you'd be so kind, the link that Mr. Rubier dropped in the main thread to the Gleam, if you guys want, since you're going to be here for the Steam Machine promotion, by the way, there will be a link that Sean can drop, and I will send hugs and kisses and kittens to Sean, because I have Rubier on one screen and Savage Lands on the other, so I'm kind of limited right now because I don't have a third monitor, but hello, everybody. Anyways, so
yes, a lot of stuff was fixed.
The AI performance is some of you older Savages may remember that Zach and Mitch were working on once upon a time, trying to make big performances, but a lot of the base things that Savage Lands was built on, a lot of Euryidium's work. Ultimately, he put in a lot of love and passion in that first year to get us out for Savage Lands to early access, 9 months, and then time thereafter. It was such an intimately close system to what he was used to working with, and we honed it to a point that it was so good, but without him and several others there, we ran into a lot of issues, so we had no choice but to try to make a new one, and that was right in that transition where we were switching to Call of Guardians, as you guys may remember. And I see comments coming in. We'll hit the thank you so much. There's going to be cats, savage cats filing nails. So I'm going to start with not old Logan because I actually want to see it. I'm super pumped. I have to somehow Does this actually? It does show the. So hold on. I have to hop out so no one sees this.
Nice.
I
Well,
I didn't type it. No, it's totally. What are you talking
Okay.
about? I think
I even have some stuff for you, Logan. I brought you some gear.
You brought me gifts.
I brought you a gift.
He's such a sweetheart. Delete the spaces. Delete what spaces? Hello, everybody. Welcome. Just coming in to check out. What the F?
So, as you can see, a lot has changed. We went one of the changes that Creates wanted to go towards, and I agreed with him on, was taking the world going a little bit more darker with it.
Sure.
So, we altered some of the lighting. We actually fixed a lot of issues associated with lighting, which also got us performance boost as well. There was a lot of mixed issues, errors. They weren't using the right pragma shaders, all this stuff behind the scenes that we went in and fixed. Like good engineers like myself would do, of course,
Sure.
Logan.
Wait, hold on. What good engineers like you? Would you classify yourself as an engineer now? Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, from the AI work that I've done to networking fixes, it's, I can't say that I have my degree in computer science, but I know how to hack a few things here and there.
I mean, I can't say that for myself either because I've dropped out twice.
Nice.
Quality. I start with clothes. Look, I've got. What is I have a green emeralds. What is going on?
Oh, that green skull right there that's actually Euryidium's crystal skull, by the way.
Of course it is. Why does that not surprise me that he would? Good Lord, there's a savage man here.
I know that you're shocked by it. Oh, hey, if you don't mind, here I got something for you. This should really help you out on your adventure. A nice worn tin hammer for you.
This is like Thor cosplay right now. Is that what?
I wouldn't even say that. It's just a tin hammer, and it's worn. You can't even get them in the game anymore. That's like a relic.
So your big joke to me is then giving me something that I can't access in game. I appreciate that.
Here, I do. Come here. I got something.
Okay.
Something legit.
Okay. Legit.
There's a bag. You can equip yourself some good stuff.
Okay.
Oh, but you can't have, little gem from a time long since gone.
Which is the summoning orb?
No, the soul storm that I'm holding in my hand.
Soulstorm really is just a lame hack to, something that should have been named Shadowstorm, but that's fine.
Shadowstorm.
I understand. Or I don't know. Something with Logan, but I'm sure everybody in here has long since forgotten about me. Thank you so much for the link, Sean. I appreciate that.
Hey, put your gear on. Let's go.
I put my gear. Why? Because I'm gonna die otherwise. Is that what that means?
Yeah, we're gonna go check out a few things. So, again, going back to a lot of the changes that we've done. We've added more ambiance to the world. You'll see a lot more particle effects. You'll see birds, crows. They're kind of nested, but they add just kind of a more personality to the experience.
I like the crows. Whoa! What the effing crows? Okay.
So
and of course,
there's a lot.
My dev commands are gone. For the record, everybody, I just tried to fly, and I could not fly.
Oh, don't worry. I removed all your stuff for you.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. Thank you so much. He's a gem.
I do what I can.
Which means I'm probably going to die anyways, because I'd mostly die with dev commands, so I'm definitely dying. Oh, Lord. Okay.
Oh, did I give you the right bag?
If you didn't, I'm not giving it back, so, you worked that one out. Woo!
Oh, hey, swap me bags real quick. There's some weapons in there.
Why? What's in this bag?
He took all my stuff!
Oh, Spirit Slayer? Is that a thing? Oh, wait. Didn't you say I couldn't not have this weapon?
That's right.
Wasn't this the no-no weapon?
That is the no-no weapon. Golly.
All right.
Leave it to me. Here I am. I'm like, I have my bags totally ordered in the right way. So I'll just drop this bag. And lo and behold, I dropped the one bag.
Oh.
Golly, what a ding-dong.
Take away my fly and I keep the sword. That's the way this works.
That's all right. It's a relic.
It's a fantastic.
So yeah, a lot of it's gonna get dark here too.
Okay.
So and I don't have my dev commands up in front of me because I'm on the wrong computer. Why did you just kill that, man?
What do we need it for? We don't need that house.
Here, I want to show off some stuff. So one of the things that we did in the real version of Savage is I updated the housing in the game so players can actually build things that they want inside the housing. So if you come inside the second house here, Logan, I can kind of show what I'm talking about. So you can actually place the objects that you want, pretty much, based on space, of course, and then build it. You can also, all the campfires or all the fireplaces you can actually cook at now. A couple of the structures actually have stoves that you can cook at as well. So something the player and the community base asked for, and I went in. It was part of my update I did back in September, which is I actually tore apart all of the prefabs for every single house and rebuilt them. They were kind of assembled wrong from a legacy version of the game. So I used the legacy version as a blueprint and rebuilt them. And it actually increased performance of the game by 5% because things were put together in the right way. And again, once I left, you got to remember, all that knowledge in terms of how a lot of these things were assembled went with me. So a lot of the guys, the new designers that took over, kind of winged it where, I could just kind of pick things up and run with it.
Well, designers and artists, I mean, ultimately, without that sort of feedback loop, we had Ted for a little bit, we had a couple others that hadn't ever touched the game, kind of going in completely dry, trying to change up some things. We had Matt Allen. I mean, some of the people, like especially Sean and some older folks that I know are here, which so happy to see you guys. It's been fantastic.
Hey, I'm gonna quit out of this world. I'm gonna start another one, jump into it. It'll be the same. All right, same passwords. All right.
Oh, okay, no problem.
If I had my dev commands, I would just reset the.
Well,
I obviously I came ill prepared. This whole thing's going downhill real quick, man.
It's not my fault. That's what I'm gonna say this right now.
Look, I only work on the game, okay, man? Give me a break.
So while we're waiting for Mr. Euryidium to set something up here, you guys in the stream, how have you been? How have the Savage Lands and the Savage Year that's happened, since we're aiming towards a Savage Year anniversary here with Last Bastion?
Yeah, 1 year. Whew. It's hard to believe.
It is a stream without some sort of epic California-style firestorm. Well, we haven't burned anything down yet. He mostly just gave me a bag he didn't want to give me because he took away my dev commands. I've been demoted in the forums, but yeah, it's fine. I understand. I'm not gonna take it personally, and
All right, game is up. Go ahead and jump in. It's just easier to see a lot of stuff.
Easier to see a lot of stuff.
Yeah, all the greatness.
All of the greatness. It says that we've got 33 in stream right now, so I see Mir PPC, I see Sean, I see Birdie Nam15, that's a great name. I don't know who that would necessarily be, Zeno or Zero. Awesome, good to see you. Mindosu, D Dracoon, Nord. This is classic stuff here. Hold on. I mean, Dilly Pickle 00. Nordberg Dick. This is getting from Germany too. He's gonna totally slaughter me on this one. Good morning, Germany. But Durdekint?
Fired.
Dude, not German. Hello. We went there together, if you remember, sleeping on a plane.
I remember sleeping in an airport.
Me and Euryidium had the luxury of sharing a 3-leg trip via Ubisoft for Toy Soldiers War Chest for PR, marketing, and a little news over there, and we got to share this sort of space, kind of nestled against each other with a war blanket from 1954, can of beans. It was awesome.
Hey, to answer Coral in Japan, the game is mainly a PvP game as far as online, right? The answer to that is no. Savage, in my mind, is primarily a cooperative play with your friends experience online. Now there is PvP if you want to have a hostile server, but in truth, it's not really the main focus. I wanted to build an experience where you play together, you adventure, and you play with your friends and have a good time and go find some really cool loot and gear and ultimately with the end goal of defeating the Dragon Kerr.
That was the original concept, 100%. And now I'm loaded in the game.
And it remains as such.
It remains as such. Let's see, now that I've scrolled down, 4281, hello, Chilkoot.
All right, so you're in. Good.
Corey in Japan, awesome. Satar, hello, hello.
All right, one of the things I want to talk about, Logan, if it's cool, I'm gonna teleport you over to the fourth island.
Whoa. I need a consent form if you're gonna teleport me involuntarily.
Sorry, that's not. This is the Savage Lands.
I'd like to file a savage restraining order against involuntary teleports. How do you do? You teleported yourself.
I have all. There are dev commands and everything I have access to. You just don't have access to it.
I just want flyback. Can I have flyback? Like no. Look at that. Without missing a beat. No.
Oh, you know what? This is in my bag that I gave you. There are summoning stones.
There is. I saw that.
I need the summoning stones.
Huh. Do you? There's only one. Oh no, it's a stack of 20.
I'll be right there. Golly, just well-oiled machine here.
Well.
Normally, again, I would just summon them myself, but separate computer in the garage. All right, where are you at? There you are. Okay. You got it?
I dropped them all. I'm not even... That's fine.
I was hoping you would drop the bag, but...
No, I'm not that crazy because I'm not giving up the sword that you said I couldn't have. Take away fly, like I said. This is the type of treatment you get.
That's fair. So another, one of the things new, players coming in, if you notice in the world, Logan, which you haven't seen, you see a lot of, effects with regards to like snow being blown across the landscape. The towers have ice kind of being blown off them as well. So again, we wanted to add, the one thing about Savage, people have asked us, well, why not add some greenery? Savage is this brutal frozen world. That was always the whole intent. It was built, it was thrust into this kind of ice/darkness hostile environment for a very reason, because it was fitting for the type of game that we wanted to build. So in terms of like a temperate world, that would be like a Savage Lands 2, adding in more. We could always add another island, but one island at a time, of course. But that would be something I would want to explore for something new. Right now, the world of Savage Lands, the islands of Tarvas, the Sundered Isles, as I like to call them, it's all focused on this gritty, brutal, frozen landscape. And granted, they do vary. The islands vary to some degree. For example, the new island that I'm working on right now, which I'm going to teleport you over to, called Askira, is just a frigid plain.
And this
it's
is
not
a fourth island?
This is the fourth. You don't remember the fourth island, do you?
I remember it, but I don't remember ever getting an actual name, I guess.
I named it in... Basically, it's one of the towns in the legacy version of the game was called Askira, so I now just call the island Askira. All right, give me a second. Should get a notification here momentarily.
I'm busy being a mountain goat and trying to check out to... there's towns. I saw Chilkoot say what's up, Newt. Hello to my favorite Canadian. I like most Canadians, but you're my favorite. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, you get it?
No.
I just sent you the message.
Oh. It says you've been summoned, I actually did, but I've got my phone
I got you.
there.
Gotcha.
So I will accept it.
All right. There you are. So this is Askira as it sits today. So it's just kind of a large open landmass right now. You can see that's actually the Tower of Kalsul right there, which is another name that I pulled from the legacy version of the game.
I do remember that.
So what is going to change in the next update with this whole area is it's actually different than all the other three islands. it's actually gated. Each area or each section, and there's 3 sections, and those sections are gated by a boss. So you have to defeat the boss to basically move forward to the next section or next area of the game, or next area of this particular island. And then from there, each boss has its own drop. Also, what you're going to find on this island, it's very different than the other ones, is the AI is different. I actually have hordes of creatures that overwhelm and swamp the enemy. Now they're balanced differently than the rest of the creatures in the game, so it's kind of like fighting, brittle zombies, but they're very powerful in their attacks. So you'll want to dodge. Each section that I have of the 3 sections, the creatures are different. So you'll encounter something very different. Also, one of the forest giants will be moved over here as well. The frozen forest giant, I'm going to move over to this area as well, will also be one of the bosses, which makes total sense.
Is that a new thing you guys did with name tags not being attached to the top of the character? How it kind of like...
If you look at how it kind of wobbles off based on your perspective, it actually has to do with the field of view.
Oh, that's cool.
So, nothing new that we did. It's just kind of standard stuff. So, working on a lot of cool stuff here on this island. It's also going to be very cold. So if you notice, I'm dressed in Devour armor right now, which is essentially wolf armor. Things like Devour armor, dragon skin armor. You're going to want armor that's relatively warm, because this area is actually a lot colder than any other island in the game. It's going to tick down super quick if you're just dressed in things like steel or even silver, for that matter. So, again, tying in armor to the balance to the different areas where it makes sense logically. So I'm pretty excited about it. There's 3 bosses. One of them's one of them's an ice skeleton. His name's Draug. Mm-hmm. The other one will be the forest giant. I believe I think it's Ket. But again, I don't have all my information up in front of me. And then there's a new Troger. Part of the story for this area is a Troger ancient by the name of Rylock. The Destroyer is basically summoning an army of undead to actually take on the dragon himself, so he can basically conquer Tarvas or the Sundered Isles. So different. You're not going to see a single tree. If you look at the landscape right now, there's no trees, there's no bushes. It is tundra, frigid, cold, and brutal. So I'm pretty excited about it.
I'm pretty excited by it too.
So
it looks awesome. I like the...
Yeah, one of the things people have asked me is, I told everybody, hey, I'm going to try to get the update out by, the end of April. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit behind, mostly in part due to this particular area is taking longer, go figure, than I anticipated. Awesome. And I apologize to everybody listening that's been like, where's the update? My fault. I do work a full-time job as well. So when I say Savage is a labor of love, it really is a labor of love. Dedicated late nights, early mornings, and then weekends I work on it. So, it's the update is coming. It'll be pushed into beta soon in the next week or so. But I don't want right now. The way the picture that I can create is that the car is up on jacks. If I was to make a build today, a lot of things would break. So I have to put everything back into the car to get it up and running. So it's just give me a little bit of time. I apologize to everybody. Working as fast as I can.
It's my favorite to hear you say that and not have to have it come from me. I can just enjoy and enjoy the view from my icy peak. Well, and now that it's after 7:30, we're gonna have people coming in. I saw a handful of folks because Sean, if you'd hit that link for me one more time, people coming looking for the Steam machine. Rabid Narcissist is in here. Silk Daddy-O, Mr. Giddy Up. Hi guys, Johnny. There is a chance to win a Steam machine. There is details that Sean will have in the link right now. Euryidium is being so kind as to allow me to see the new content that I haven't seen Savage in a year, and it's been a year of all his hard work and labor of love that's being shown to me right now, and it's truly awesome to see all and hear mainly, because obviously we're not going to experience it all tonight. Because we don't want to open the book and show you the end until Dumbledore dies. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
So, one of the things I want to call out, too, to get over to this new island, you're going to have to find the portal. The entire island is closed off. There's only one way in and one way out. So it's, again, you will not be able to build anywhere in this world outside of one designated area. So again, I wanted to do something.
Where's that area?
Well, it's not here in this version, but I'm actually standing in it.
So this is like where you should have the little like little plaque that says like future homes coming here, permits have been approved, city plans.
Yeah, unfortunately, if anybody's built on this island, hopefully they haven't. It's going to be totally and utterly destroyed. And I apologize, but we got to make way for progress. So I'm really excited to bring this. I'm really looking forward to bringing this over. One of the things I don't want to talk about is I got some other things that are in the works that are kind of surprises. I actually have a whole hidden quest line in the game that will actually kind of unlock something really cool, and it will unlock Soulstorm in the game for players. So, but you'll have to go through all the islands to acquire the keys to get to the portal, and it'll be pretty cool.
Sweet.
I'm excited about that, and we got some new stuff brewing on the first island as well that I don't want to talk about. I want to leave as a surprise.
Well, like you said, you can't talk about everything up front. Good
All
Lord,
right.
notifications.
I'm gonna leave you here.
You're gonna leave me in the you have no clue where you're going. So, like I said, your house is gonna be built over there. Just Uber someone, right?
I'll summon you. Hold on a second, okay? I'll talk to you later, man.
What do you mean?
Should have got the notification.
Yeah, I did. Okay, so while I'm taking that over, thank you guys all for the follows. I appreciate it so much. Is this kind of fantasy rest or not? I saw Endarius Mist come in. We have other people that haven't played it in so long, but you guys just got the notification for the stream. We have people asking about keys. Euryidium here is the current, the birth father anyways, and the current Dev Force man on town god of Savage Land, so it's up to him if he wants to drop keys, and maybe he can have Sean facilitate that. Maybe, I don't know if he knows how to log into like Twitch at all, because this was never his cup of tea. He's got you notice how he has a rake behind him, so
I don't have an official setup. I don't have a green screen, nothing. This is pure developer, streaming from his garage or AKA his office.
Just like Microsoft or Apple or Google or Last Bastion, all of this stuff happens, at the highest level of perfection. Let's see, we had a bunch of other people come in. We had Acid Thrash, hello, I can't say that name at all. Tidoff El Russo. Please forgive any Surtur1.
That one just kind of rolls off the tongue.
There is so many hard names to say here. There's all Mubash. Sean's figuring out things that were attached to Signal Studios Twitch. This is my Twitch. Because, Logan, have you ever announced... Oh, Lord, there's... I fell down! I fell down, for the love of God! Mountain goat.
Why did you go down there, man?
Sometimes the ledge
Dude,
seems...
you're gonna piss everybody off down there.
I already did. Past tense. Oh, Lord.
Oh, no. Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be elites that spawn in.
Are those bats?
Yeah, there's bats.
Look, I just saw crows, man!
There's crows and bats and all sorts of goodies.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. See? Everything's fine.
You got it?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you look down there, too, there's actually blood in the arena. It creates... did a really good job of putting in a lot of... Again, it creates is my partner on this, and he helped out a lot with the kind of the ambiance and visuals. We didn't have to rebuild a lot of stuff because, in truth... a lot of stuff that was here was great. Now I fixed a lot of things to make it, so the AI could work better in these areas and cleaned up some stuff. But in terms of like the ambiance, lighting, and setting, creates kind of went in and touched a lot of things up to kind of help sell the dark. This goes back to selling kind of a darker tone in the world that we wanted to get. So you see, more blood splatters and stuff like that.
Well,
so
yeah,
this is Kerr's area.
It looks like Kerr either has been eating or has,
Yeah. He's had his fun.
Sure. Eating, bloodbath party, blood orgy, whatever. See, you rang the gong! I don't have God mode. What are you doing?
I just thought it would be fun.
You thought it's
Come
fun to
on.
spawn the
It's
dragon.
been a long time since you saw Kerr, and Kerr's probably excited to see you.
want to see Kerr. I don't want to see Kerr. I don't want, like, this is supposed to be fun and low-key and an interview and, like, you know, kind of chat about stuff. Get to talk to all the former Savages.
But you know what? You can't. I want him to say hi. That's
yeah. I love how Not a Nice Guy said, my name's really easy to say. Not a Nice Guy. I've seen you. Gosh, man.
So one of the things I'm going to do in the next update for everybody, one of the changes I made, there used to be a thing called Everwood that was all part of the legacy version that players wanted. So I got rid of Everwood. It's now just kind of a mat to build the Dragon Forge. You now need what's called the Heart of Tavas to summon Kerr. The Heart of Tavas is it's crafted from the souls of the forest giants, and that's what Kerr is actually really, you know, that's what kind of fuels a lot of his magic.
You know, someone brought up a very good point. You're just trying to get me killed so you can have your bag back. So I'm gonna get up here on the mountain as far away as possible.
I can't believe people would think like that.
Yeah, no, hiker.
Hold on, let me get down here.
No, you're not training into me. I'm climbing the mountain, dude. My name isn't Logan the man goat. Oh lord. Okay. There we go. Are you fighting him?
I did fight him, but I died.
Yeah, rest in peace.
That's what I get for fighting him in Devourer armor.
And there we go, dramatic music over. Rest in peace, Euryidium. Dead body, maybe I should go loot your body. No, I'll die. Okay, I have to think this through.
Alright. Oh, no. It's all good, it's all good. So one of the things, we're going to have to shut down the server anyway, because I actually entered God mode right as it happened. It's a known bug if you're as good as I am at timing. It's like me using an ult in Overwatch sometimes, and I die right when I use the ult. I'm notorious for doing stuff like this where I'll actually die and I have to close the server down and restart it because I hit the thing at the exact same time that will cause a bug. These are debug commands, and that's why we have to do it, of course, but I totally horked the system.
That's even better, the fact that you took it away, and the fact that it's the one thing. There you go, see. Kerr's done with you. Bye, Kerr.
Alright, I'm going to shut the server down.
I mean, you don't have to shut it down 100%.
I do have to shut it down 100%. Literally, I horked it that bad.
I mean, is your body have loot down there? As far as I'm concerned, that's a reason to keep the server up, right?
Oh, look at that server just got shut down.
Oh.
Sorry about that. So anyway, I'm going to launch it here.
So how many of you guys in chat, guys, girls, dogs, cats, dwarves, savages, how many of you have actually ever seen Kerr before and have been able to spawn him? How many of you fought Kerr? How many of you actually killed Kerr?
I think a few guys actually have a farming racket.
I know Chilku does. I know for sure. And Sean, to be fair, so I have an odd method of raffle we can keep. Involves Google form.
What?
Whatever. Sean thinks he has a way to.
If we want to give away keys, I'm totally cool with it. I have no problem. I have keys. I don't have keys on me at this moment, but we can do an IOU and just get the info and send it out, which is totally cool too.
Well, everybody in here probably got the notification through Steam as being an owner of Savage Lands, but if we have some people that want keys, fantastic. If not, once again, we have a link for a contest because there is a Steam machine being given away, a full Steam machine, a Steam Link, a Steam controller, a keyboard, and maybe even a love note from me. Because I've started YouTube content, which this whole thing will be a Twitch VOD, but then I'm going to upload it and edit it a ton, actually. Because, Twitch streams are a hot mess, and there's a lot of problems that we've kind of combated.
All right, don't jump in yet, okay?
I'm not jumping in anywhere because you're just trying to take stuff away from me. And as far as I know, you're gonna jump me in and have Kerr waiting for me at the start because I don't trust you. No, don't say it's all good. You closed the server on that last one. So if we could get that link to the contest, Downey LWB, it's a Gleam. Who drew the art? Who drew the art? You're saying here on the main title screen? Oh, you're talking about the person that used to draw the art for the streams. That was Zach. That was our lead engineer at the time on the project. Now, who drew the title screen? Do you know at all, Euryidium?
That would have had to have been one of the artists at Signal at the time.
So Maybe
It's a mashup because I took one of the.
Yeah. It's inspired from Ascend. So maybe the rough model. I don't know if anybody drew it because it's going to be a render put into this shot. So probably a combination of Corbett and I'm drawing a blank on his name right now.
Stephanie, I think.
Oh boy, wait. Stephanie? There you go. So Stephanie did a re-mock-up on this. We have Signal DR. I hear you, DR. DR found the stream. I don't know who alerted him. I don't know how he found out, because this is the first time DR has ultimately come in to harass me on my stream. So, hello. Boss of mine for 7 years and good friend Douglas Robert Albright III. AKA Signal DR, accidentally stumbled on this crap because you see Savage Lands with a high user count and people in talking and being savage. So this is the owner of Signal Studios, Signal DR. Just kidding, Chris. Yeah. He's mostly talking about me, I'm sure, so it's fine.
What are you saying, Logan? Are you talking?
You know, it's like one button to hang up on Skype. That's the best part. Well, everybody, Euryidium has to go, so, you know,
right,
he's got some yard work. The light's going down.
Thanks for your time.
Thanks for your time. It's been wonderful talking to you. You know, you got places to go. You have a game and an update. So when you've discussed a lot in the update tonight, but when is the update planned to be ready?
Hopefully it'll go into beta in the next week or two. That's what I'm gunning for right now.
And for those people that are possibly coming into a stream for the first time, how does a beta process work, and what can they really contribute in the beta in order to help the process?
So the beta, when we put one of our builds up into beta, it's raw, it's rough, there will be bugs. So, but it is an opportunity for you to jump in, test things out, give us some feedback on what's going on, as well as an opportunity to report on bugs, which is super cool, right? You get to test content that's being released. You get to see it before anybody else. But we do highly recommend you create a new character, you start a brand new world, so that none of your stuff gets destroyed in the process. Because with a beta, anything can happen. Bad things could happen. So we recommend players just new character, new world, and then just play from the beginning. One of the things one of the things for me that's very important is that experience. How does it feel being able to play the game from start to finish, especially for those advanced players that like to burn through everything. Those guys give a lot of great feedback. We get a lot of feedback from new players as well that I take into consideration when doing a lot of balance on the game. And then it's a very fine line to walk in terms of, I could balance is really difficult, make a lot of the long-time old school veteran guys really happy. But then, the new players might think it really sucks. And it's not really how the game is. It's not really what I want. If, for example, you'll start on the first island, which I consider a tutorial in many ways, a tutorial that's not a tutorial. So I'm not going to create an experience that tells you, okay, now it's time to pick up the axe. Press the left mouse button to swing the axe. I hated those. And I feel that as an open world survival game, it's very important, that players kind of get in there, they feel things out. The way the first island's been balanced, it's done in such a way that it's paced that you're not necessarily going to die right away unless you just walk up to a skeleton and stand there and let it hit on you, or you decide you want to walk out in the middle of the ocean and die. You can do that too. But, those are kind of like common sense things in my mind. We have a basic task list in there that kind of says, okay, hey, why don't you go chop some wood? Why don't you collect some flint? And these things they kind of lead you to where we want you to progress. But you don't necessarily have to do them. They're just there for, for you can either do it or not. There's achievements associated with it. So if you're an achievement hunter, you definitely can do that. So, but the game is balanced in such a way that each island gets progressively more difficult.
Which is the way kind of you want that overall game design to feel anyways, because you don't want to have the end boss right by the start. You want to have a chance for some wandering and make it progressively harder. So excellent game design, A+, triple A+.
It's like the dude knew what he was kind of doing.
Maybe.
Maybe. All right, hey, I'm gonna host a new game real quick.
Okay.
The name of the game will be Sad Euryidium.
Okay.
Or I'm sorry. It'll be Yuri's House of Pain. But I actually horked the game so bad that I lost my character. To give you an idea,
Nice,
because
fantastic work.
the whole God mode enabling at death.
It's mainly because you took the dev commands away from me. Hello, Brad.
You really have. You've kind of cursed me
well,
here.
I'm just saying, like, this is the curse of doing it live, and you know, classic streams right here. Look at all these people. Hello. So
All right,
much
hey, the
chat
game's
going
up if
on.
you want to jump back in.
I will. Just 1 second. We've got people answering questions. So Sean has a chance for a raffle link. I'm gonna let him go ahead and drop that link for everybody, and you guys can get a chance to win a couple copies of the game. They'll be passed through Twitch. We'll figure out the details afterwards. We'll get some codes from Euryidium here and be able to hook you guys up so you can hook your friends up so you can come check out this awesome content that has changed, or check it out with some friends. But let me thank you very much for the subscribe. I appreciate you giving me the 10 quarters and supporting the channel. Let me join this channel.
Hey, you're going to be on Island 3. Why don't you just create a new character and come in? Sorry, Haas.
Okay. Well,
I'll be starting with the same armor as you.
This seems suspect.
Suspect, right?
I'm pretty sure he's trying to kill me, but we'll go along with it while I enter this.
It's all good. I can still, we talked about the 4th island that's being worked on. We talked about a lot of the changes, and we can take this moment and just kind of answer questions that are popping up in the chat here.
See, we got people saying perfect. They'd have a key for a friend. Absolutely. Sean has dropped a way to be able to do a raffle. So click on the forums for Google. I believe you'll have a way to enter your name in there, and then we'll randomly pick someone. Logan is back on Savage Lands. Unfortunately not. I work currently at Facebook Reality Labs, working on future tech for AR and VR with Oculus. I am here tonight because I stream occasionally now, and I am 100% doing YouTube content once a week, and I thought it would be a really fun idea to be able to talk to Euryidium, because I see him often, and I know he's put a lot of hard work into this game since I've been off the project, and I haven't seen it since it's been about a year, so this is like my year anniversary to be able to catch up on the game, catch up with you guys, see all this new awesome content, and get just as excited as everybody else. So.
Oh yeah. Hey, by the way, get rid of that Savage stick in your hand. If you look in your bag, or in your weapon tray there at the bottom of the screen, you actually start with something a little bit better.
Legacy barbed skull, but
Skull
I like the
barboot.
stick.
Mm-hmm.
I like the stick.
You can play it fine. You can play it the stick.
It's just getting oddly kind of like, this is oddly sexual. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
oh man. Hey, one of the things we've done too, you notice like little ice. There's a lot of ice
I've noticed
scattered about.
Well, unfortunately, I instantly pick up everything and anything I see on the ground, so it's a bad habit.
Look at this. Look at that deer. Oh yeah. Oh, scared. It's all right. Here, I'm gonna whap it. Oh yeah. There you go. Hey, you want some deer meat? It's all you. All right, so over here, let's see.
Deer sashimi, that's what you're offering. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we got some good stuff. You see Meltalk over there in the distance, the dragon that's up on the Meltalk tower.
Yeah.
Some good things will be happening over there in the next update. That's all I'm going to give.
The man with the most powerful.
Why are you running over there?
I don't know, because you said, hey, look at that thing over there, and I'm like, okay, I'll go look at that thing over there. There's nothing too scary over here. You're over here. What do you mean? What am I? Oh. He's got spider webs on him. It's like you got a little Charlotte's Web accent happening.
Did you just say Charlotte's Web?
I did. What? There's no copyrights. What are you talking about?
Why do you gotta hurt me like that?
Do you really wanna hurt me?
And if you look around, you actually see orbs, spirits that are kind of floating, just lost souls, essentially, that are kind of surrounding this area. Again, more ambience. You hear audio, music, or I shouldn't say music. It's more like kind of a eerie sound that kind of ties into the whole, again, ambiance of this this particular area.
Yeah.
There is some music that is playing very low, though.
It started to play right now. I had it turned down because I couldn't hear. Here,
What do you got to hit?
I will. Here, I'm not hating. Look, good God, because it. Here, I will turn the music up. Here we go. Spooky music, everybody. Because he didn't like our current or our former Savage tracks, so we're now upgraded. He didn't like my Boy George and Charlotte Webb reference. That's fine. That's okay.
Oh, I wasn't even listening. What would you say?
This is exactly like what it's like working with him. Actually, this is like I'm gonna go into PTSD here pretty soon. Like, oh, you heard what I said. You knew what I said, Chris.
Well, and then at that moment, that's when I would look at DR, and then I would get the official: should I go or not go, or execute on it.
So we had some people. Boobs when there's always a request for boobs. I know you want boobs. Clever Pig, how you doing tonight, Cod? There's pros now, as you saw. And the devs, this is not devs. I am former lead producer on it, but currently we have Euryidium, who is the creator, the main design man, and the current god at Last Bastions, making everything Savage and doing all the updates pretty much by yourself at this point. Single-handed man of effort, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I do have, Last Bastion is a two-man team. Creates who worked on a lot of the ambience that you see. So when you look at like the particle effects, the crows, the sound, even some of the majority of the kind of the color changes in the world are things that he did to bring more life to the experience. So, and where a lot of my focus, I do a lot of kind of the deep down foundational stuff. So AI, balance, putting in new stuff here, new creatures, working on loot tables,
naming things, taking weapons away from me,
all that good stuff, all the stuff that I find fun.
Can't hear me, all that fun stuff.
So yeah, I do a lot of the kind of, I work at more of the gameplay level on all the stuff on Savage, mostly in part because I know all the systems. So it's super easy for me to just kind of get in there and do stuff and make changes. Without there being a problem. So, right now we're running around on Snowmere, which is the island, the first island in the game, as I like to call it, the starter island or tutorial island. So if you walk through here, where you at, Logan?
I'm looking at chat because people are saying I'm not recognizing them, and that's because you changed your name. Your name was not Rapunzel. That's not fair at all. And I know you're asking for boobs. People are trying to call me out now. That's the problem. And once again, as you guys are checking out, Sean has a link for keys. There's a Google Doc to be able to enter. There is all the people, because we've got quite a few people in here. Hello, everyone. I know it's hint, not boobs. Hint, Facebook matched us. So that is how you can get in on the Steam machine. And above all, if you guys would do me a huge favor, because this will be available on YouTube, and it is a new thing that I have started to do in my... When I say free time, I don't really have free time, but I have more free time than game dev, because while Mr. Euryidium and I both have full-time jobs, not in game dev,
right.
We still have part-time, full-time jobs outside of that, with me for YouTube and a bunch of other things like this on Twitch, and him in game dev and Savage Lands updates for you guys. So if you could do me a favor and hit the subscribe button down on that YouTube channel, that would mean a ton to me, and you'll see this video and a couple other game dev videos and interviews that I'm going to be doing there as well. And mucho appreciado. Now, what would you like to show me?
I don't know. I'm gone now.
I can find you. You have a name tag. You really are.
You don't have any dev commands.
I'm stuck in the web. Ugh.
Really?
Wait, I might.
Why did you go up that way? But that's actually a good bug.
I'm free.
You got free? Okay.
Yeah.
Right up there on that. I see where you got stuck. That's
Yeah.
See, this is the thing. I don't get a chance to play. When I play, I usually do a lot of testing, but I don't get to.
Wait, where'd you go? Where's your name tag? Where'd you go?
I'm over. I'll come to you. Just where are you at? Okay, I'll be right there.
No, you. Or did you...
I'm here.
I see. Okay. Did you get 404?
What's that?
I didn't get 404. I said I was stuck in the web. It's good internet jokes. We got the memes happening left and right. Someone looking for a little work complete.
Hey, one of the things about the crystal skull,
What
as
is
you can
it?
imagine, the green crystal skull, if you place it in your secondary, it'll actually allow you to run faster. There's some benefits to it, my friend. Of course, because it's Euryidium's crystal skull.
So it just has some benefits, but ultimately it's not that useful.
It'll actually tie into the next update.
No, yeah, okay.
So it'll actually be one of the, as we talked about, in addition to new content, well, one of the secret areas will require the crystal skulls to access, and you get the crystal skulls off of key bosses in the game.
I mean, that sounds oddly familiar like before, and, possibly a riff off of an Indiana Jones movie that wasn't as good, but, it's a thing.
I wouldn't say that. Which Indiana Jones movie was it? I don't think I've seen
One of
it.
the Crystal Skull.
I'm sure, no doubt, they had ideas that were similar to what I'm talking about.
Inspired by your designs, actually.
10 years ago or 5 years ago, what was it?
It's whenever everybody was like, oh yeah, what is his name? It's going to be the new Indiana Jones, but it was a horror. It was the worst one. Anyways, just like Highlander 2. That movie didn't happen. Highlander 2, where Highlanders in space could have been just as good. Yes. I do like Warcraft. I do love me some orcs, peons specifically.
So, Logan, why don't we get some questions in? I got to wrap things up because I actually have to go work on an update that people really want.
The things that we talked about tonight, he has to go, because once again, we've already had our full 8-hour day at work. We've done this, now he has to go back to work. I have to stream and work on YouTube content and pack because I'm headed to Arizona, so that sounds fantastic.
Nice. I think it's important to call out. You mentioned, one of the things Savage has been, all the updates we've done, all the work we've done has, myself and Creates both have full-time jobs, and we've done, Savage on the side. So, it's literally like a sometimes 12 to 16-hour day that we work, or we've been working, for a long time now to get this out the door as a very small team. I wish I had, the same team size as Arc, or which is a great game.
Or like 60 or 70 or 80 or something at this point?
I don't know. I would even take like 5 artists from Skyrim.
Quit your jobs. That's not a nice guy. I'm going to say that's not a nice thought, because Euryidium, as you heard even at the beginning of the stream, has big wheels and small children that require food. I have cats that require, look at them. Like this kitty needs food. I got to feed my kitties. So unfortunately, we can't quit our jobs because we got roofs over our heads. Thank you much for the sub, Bristler. And Ray, who has switched your name to Rapunzel, I'm aware. Boobs and blood for give us blood. I'm not dying this stream. He tried his best. He summoned Kerr. He tried to kill me, and it didn't happen.
I actually did. That was actually my plan, to get the bag and to loot your corpse.
Yes!
So
I live!
That was my master plan.
Yeah, no, because I would have tried to, like, I'm invincible, no problem. What's gonna happen? No, not at all.
But to naturally, I'm always in God mode when I'm on the development machine. So I just totally took for granted that I was in Devourer armor fighting Kerr, not realizing I didn't have Dragon Scale on, which is what I would have put on. It escalated very quickly, like within a microsecond of death. And then I enabled God mode, which ultimately killed the server.
Beautiful.
It was
beautiful.
It was an amazing backfire. It was what it was.
You died, you broke it, you broke yourself, all trying to get something from you, which was your mistake. And once again, thank you, Savages in the chat, for helping save
But come
me
on,
from that one.
it would have been a masterful takedown if I managed to get Kerr to
It
kill
would
you.
have been. And the problem is I was so used to dev mode and God mode specifically that I'm like, oh yeah, Kerr, no problem. This is going to be cool. I'm going to see the fire. I'm going to see the new colors. Yeah, from a distance.
And if you notice, I
out
actually
lights.
gave you dragon skin armor, which is less than silver, so you would have died really quick. Are you just leaving, Logan?
It's getting just a little too dark. I had to put in some lights because it's getting dark here. It's shadows being cast. Your skybox is changing. I noticed off the tire in the background right there. Will you stream more Savage Lands? I am happy to stream more Savage Lands if you guys want to come and show up for it. I will even hop in on every update that Euryidium does, and we can even do streams like this if it so pleases the Lord of Savage Lands.
Always
so
happy to help.
Always happy to help.
But you got to remember too that I do have this, like, the next 2 weeks is me about getting this update done. So
yeah, I mean the next 2 weeks, it's not happening then. But
no, we can stream. We can do another stream when it comes out, and set some. I'm totally open for that. Absolutely, I do love streaming from my garage, of course, too.
He does, and my backdrop may look the same, but actually I'm at home. So I'm just saying, this is the freedom. I can actually get a cat that matches the one doing his nails right there on stream. If you are here specifically for the Steam Machine link, that is all right there. Once again, Sean has a link for Savage Land codes. Euryidium, thank you very much for your time coming by, showing me everything. That basically is Shadow. I don't know who called that out. Who knew my cat's name? Rabid Narcissist, of course. Thank you, Rabid Narcissist.
Yeah, and everybody on the stream, if you have questions about Savage, hit us up in the forums. That's where I'm usually at. I answer questions relatively quickly. We have an amazing mod team, Sean, Shilkut, and many others that are always there to help answer questions as well when I'm actually at work. Because our times are all, we're different parts of different areas, so our time zones are all out of whack. But more than happy to answer questions. If you haven't played the game in a while and you want to come back, there are some instructions in the forums that you need to read, because if you don't, it could cause a lot of problems just because of all the changes that have been made. But yeah, we're Savage is a labor of love. I have a lot of passion for the game. Just working very hard to make it something, good. As a lot of players that have been around for the last year have seen, we put a lot into it. We fixed, and it's back to a pretty good spot. I don't see, a lot of complaints or issues that were being brought up are no longer there. It's just, hey, when's the next update? Which is awesome. To me, that's great. And we're at a point now where we fixed a ton of bugs. I can just focus on building content, which is awesome. It took a while, but hey, here we are today. So I can't thank the community enough for all the feedback that they've given. It's been critical in helping to get the game to where it's at today, and I hope they can. I ask, please. We like feedback, positive or negative. It's the only way we're going to make a better game. So please don't hesitate dropping us a line and telling us what you think. Politely, please.
Politely. Ultimately,
politely.
ultimately, like you said, it's love, and you guys are a super supportive community, and you were super supportive when we first launched the game on early access, and the community grew, and we had the Humble Bundle issue. Obviously, when you inject a ton of people into an early access game, the forums got a little nasty, and we had to fight off actual savages. But you guys are a wonderful bunch, and you have always been supportive, and I appreciate that you've given Euryidium. Obviously, some only know me, and some only know him from the beginning, so we're in a weird sort of world, but you guys have been super supportive, and it means so much to me, and I appreciate it.
It's been good stuff. So,
it's been good stuff.
Yeah, thank you, Logan. I appreciate you taking the time to host this. I haven't had a chance to do it myself, so just been super busy. But I appreciate you taking the time.
Also, I'm worried you don't know how to use Twitch. So it's fine. Euryidium, thank you for stopping by.
I will get that bag.
You will not get that. You will never see that character again.
It was so masterfully planned. I can't believe I messed it up.
See, not old Logan right there. A-okay. Look at all
it would have been the best streaming moment in Savage history if I pulled it off.
Look, there's another character. The dragon can't kill me. Ted's dead body. Oh man.
All good stuff.
Small kittens without mittens. Okay.
I gotta bail. I'm gonna go start working on. I gotta go finish working on the fourth island.
Sure.
So thank you everybody for taking the time coming out. Have fun with Logan. Good luck on your contest, Logan, and hopefully we can do this again in the coming weeks.
We'll work on it when you have an update post beta. But thank you very much, Euryidium, for stopping by. I'll wrap it down with the Savages. Guys, make sure to say thanks to Euryidium for stopping by. You know, without him, none of this is possible. So,
Cool.
Thank you, and I will talk to you soon, sir.
All right,
Have a
take
good
care,
night.
brother.
Good luck.
All righty, bye.